Hi, my name is Gudrun from GE Designs. Welcome to our Happy Friday show. Hi everybody, thank you for being here on this beautiful Friday. Sun is shining and that's all that matters. All that matters. I don't really care what the temperature is outside. It's sunshine and that's what we want. So welcome, whether you're watching us on YouTube or Facebook. And make sure if you are new here, check in. New or not, check in. Make sure you state your name and where you're tuning in from in the comments. And if you're new, you got to follow our page and subscribe to our YouTube channel. All right, so we're going to have fun today. It's Friday. We weren't here last Friday, so it's going to be extra fun today. Right? We have to double it up. So, cocktail of the day. Oh, Mr. HP is here. Honey Producer wants you to send him some hearts and some thumbs up. We need lots of love to this weekend, today, because the Grammys are on Sunday. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. But starting it off with our Happy Friday cocktail. And of course, I told you last time we had a Facebook Friday, Happy Friday show 2 weeks ago, that our theme flavor of the month is pomegranate. So we are kicking it off with a pomegranate margarita. Cheers, cheers, cheers. There's the recipe. All you need, of course, is some tequila. I mixed both a little bit of orange liqueur and the Poma liqueur. Now, if you don't have either, you can just double up on one of them. It doesn't really matter in the end results. A little bit of lime juice and then some pomegranate juice. And I use the Pom brand, P-O-M, the big weird bottle, because it's really pure and has no added stuff. So that's it. And then you just you shake it, you top it off with a little bit of sparkling water. It's nice and fresh. It's not sweet. So if you like sweeter things, you can add like a little bit of agave or simple syrup if you want it a little bit sweeter, but I like it this way. But as you can see, I'm almost halfway down.
Cheers.
What do you think? Cheers.
Delicious. A little sour for me. But
yeah, see, he likes sweeter, but I like this, tart.
But, it'll get drank.
It will get drank, that's for sure. All right, so I was going to talk about first off the bat that our website has a new look, but we had to switch back to our old look. And just because we've been kind of working on it and we have to switch over to test everything. And so we switched over earlier today and then realized our wish list feature wasn't working, so we switched back. And then we switched to the new look again and then realized that when you log into your account, your downloadable files button wasn't there. So we are back to the old look. But I thought I would just show you, since this is going to be happening in the next few days, we're kind of switching over. And it's not a new website, it's just a new look. So everything is the same. The links up top are pretty much the same. The reason I want that new look, just to freshen it up, one of the big things is the product images are nice and big, and you can see them all on the same page. And then also the sorting features are really awesome. So I wanted to show you some of the sorting features. So for example, if you go into 1 yards, so you will have two different sorting features. So first off, you can sort on the far right, and then you can choose if you want it to list by date, like the newest first or the oldest first, and then you can list it from best selling, or what I love is you can do it alphabetically. So you can do alphabetically from A to Z. So for example, if you just want to go look at all of our Bumbleberries or all of our Grunges or Canvas or whatever in the 1 yard basics, you just list it by alphabetical and then you just scroll until you get to that and you'll have all of them there. So you can do that. And then there's on the other side, to the left of that sort feature, it's filter. So then you can filter by any color. So you can pull up all of the creams, all of the grays that we have, because we have tagged them all, and then they will just pull up all of those colors, which is really, really awesome. So the same thing if you're looking at patterns, you can go into patterns and go into the filter, and you can pull up you can click on which single patterns are for 10-inch squares. So you click on the 10-inch squares and it pulls up all of those. You can click on 2.5-inch strips. You can click on table runners and things like that. So it's really, really cool how that all works. So I'm excited once we're able to roll it out fully, because it just makes it very easy. Another feature, when you are on that one yard page, for example, you can just click quickly on add to cart. You don't have to go into each product and then add it to the cart. So if you're shopping quickly, which I tend to do a lot when I'm shopping, I shop exclusively online, by the way, pretty much. I like to just be able to go cart, checkout. So if you, it just like all these little things will just really add up and make it a whole nother better shopping experience for everybody. I
just want to say one thing.
Yes. Okay.
Sorry that the date says February 26th.
Yeah, we on the header on this video that we're live right now, it says February 26th.
Sorry.
Is that your fault or my fault?
I'll take the blame.
Okay. But it's probably me because I didn't change it.
No, it's my fault.
It's okay.
I'll take it.
So, so this is, I don't know if you caught that new look if you checked the website today. Some of you did and probably like panicked, but just don't be alarmed. Over the weekend and then early next week, if we're going back and forth, and sometimes when you visit it looks weird, we're testing and trying things and making it all work out. So let me know if you have any specific questions on that. Another thing, speaking of the website, and this has been kind of a topic going on a little bit in Gudrun's Quilt Crew in the past couple of days, and it's a big thing with, of course, online stores and, of course, you consumers, and it has been a big thing over this past year, is the shipping. So I wanted to just kind of, especially for new people, talk about how we handle our shipping. So we actually charge actual shipping costs. We don't add any handling. So I don't like it when it says, when people say what G Designs charges for shipping. We don't really control that. So I take the shipping price that I get a quote from the shipping companies, and that is the price that you get. And so I pass if I get savings because of our volume, I pass that on to you. So I don't include, a lot of stores have pricing, so they will maybe put a little bit, or they have maybe free shipping up to a certain amount or whatever. And usually that's, of course, hidden in the product price. So they will hide those little dollars here and there, cents here and there, to be able to afford the shipping, to offer free shipping. This is what Amazon does. I used to, way back in the day, sell on Amazon, and I didn't like it because they take it off. So I made a lot less selling on Amazon than if I was selling my product. So they cut it off, the product or the seller. So free shipping is not a thing. Is not a thing. We always have to pay our shipping company some way. So this is just how we run things. And one other question that I've been asked we of course charge actual shipping. So when you want to pay, USPS or whatever, I've been asked, why don't you use media mail if I want to buy a book? And media mail in USPS does not have insurance and is not usually trackable. And usually when people are shopping in our store, they don't just buy a book. There's other things in there. So if you are shipping media mail, it has to be just books. So if I was a bookseller, that would make sense. But it doesn't make sense for us in this case. And also because if something were to happen to that shipment, of course, you as a buyer, you want your delivery or your products that you already purchased to be at least trackable, or at least have some kind of insurance. So if something happens, I just, as a seller, I will always replace it. So I just don't want to take that chance that we would have no repercussion if something were to happen. So that's why we don't do media mail.
Your shipping is the best.
Oh, thank you. It's a high priority for me. Just as a consumer myself, when I place an order for something online, I don't like to wait days or weeks until I get a shipping notification. I want that items shipped. That's customer service. That is a top priority for us at GE Designs. So I just wanted to say that. But which is why this next thing I wanted to talk about, why we've switched to FedEx and offering FedEx. It's just because with the pandemic, of course, things were overloaded everywhere, and no harm to USPS, but that USPS was just really slow. Packages were being lost, being damaged, just because it was just overrun with all of the influx of online ordering. So, which is why we added our FedEx options and made flat rates for that. So we're able to do the flat rate express because it fits in a certain size FedEx box or FedEx package, and then we get a flat rate on it. And flat rates are really just a great way for you guys to plan ahead, and which is why we added that. So we will never charge more than $13.95 or $13.99 because so that's for all packages over 5 pounds. And so even if you order something and it's 20 pounds, you will never pay more than $13.99 if you're shipping within the domestic U.S. So just wanted to tell you and explain all that. All right, so then let's talk about international shipping, because that was the main topic that was being talked about in the crew. And people we have a lot of customers all over the world, of course. A lot of you are in Canada. And this question was why do I sometimes have to pay tax when I get my package or duty, and sometimes I don't. So as a seller online or a shipper, or not a shipper, a seller, then I have to contact my shipping company. We are obligated by law to tell them what is in the package and how much it is worth. And so actually in our platform, that happens automatically, whether we choose to ship with USPS, DHL, or FedEx. They automatically get that information, what the package is worth. And so USPS, when you ship it in the regular mail, of course, then it's up to the shipping companies for what happens at the border. So we have no control over how much tax or duty or fees are handling after it leaves us. We don't charge handling fees. It's up to the shipping companies. So USPS, I've heard, I think they are also obligated by law to obviously charge with each country's tax laws, whether each country's taxes or if there's duty or whatever. But I've heard that USPS, just because of the volume, that sometimes packages slip through. They do checks here and there. So you may be, if you are international, I just remember that living in Iceland, sometimes I would get a package and didn't have to pay anything, and other times I'd have to pay. And you would just expect you'd have to pay because taxes are high in Iceland and you always have to pay that. But what I wanted to say is, on top of that, DHL and all the different shipping companies, they have brokerage fees. So that is the amount of money that you pay for them to prepare the import documentation and calculate everything. And so again, all I see when I'm shipping a package to you is the price, the shipping price. That does not include the brokerage or all the duty or anything. I don't really see any of that, and I don't really know about that. And they charge differently. So I found out that UPS was charging really high brokerage fees, which is why I stopped using UPS as an option for international, because I don't think that's fair to you to have to pay all that for brokerage fees. So DHL is way less, and it's also obviously really fast. So I think it's worth it to pay a little bit for fast service. But just so you know, we don't know these up front. So I just heard from a customer about this UPS thing, so which is why I made that decision to do that. So you have, internationally, you have now options. You have USPS, of course, always is an option, or you have DHL if you want things fast. Yes, it's going to cost more, but it is very reliable. All of our retreat boxes that went over, many of our retreat boxes that went overseas, they got there faster than the domestic shipping, which was insane to me. But just so you know. So I wanted to share with you, we have a brand new international option for Canadian residents that is live now on the website, and that is a FedEx ground flat rate. So in Canada, all of Canada. It is up to 10 pounds, a flat rate of $24.95, and brokerage is included in that up to a certain amount. So when your order is up to a certain amount, but if it goes over that amount, it will never be more than $4, which is great because UPS's was more like $30, which is nuts to me. So I'm excited about this. I think it's going to be great for those of you that are just over the border. You're not that far to have that ground rate, so it will still get to you fairly fast. So it's exciting. $24.95, like I said, up to 10 pounds, and that is like you can get 4 bundles under 10 pounds. So that is a really great feature. So just wanted to talk a little bit about that. So if you have questions about this, but just know I'm always looking for ways to improve your experience, whether it's, getting the product to you faster, getting it to you cheaper, but just explaining you that some things are totally out of our control. We don't decide some of these things. So, we're going to give you the same answer that we really can't control it. All right.
Great job.
Okay, good.
Everybody's
All right.
so happy with the shipping.
Okay. Yeah, somebody's saying that international shipping costs a fortune. It completely does. And if you live in a country like Iceland, a small island, it has always cost a fortune. Every single time I have shipped, either whether I was here shipping Christmas presents to my family or from Iceland to here, I always paid probably more for the shipping than I paid for the presents. It's ridiculous, but it's just the world we live in, and you have to just kind of, and actually it was one time I actually decided to buy a flight, and I flew to Iceland with a suitcase full of gifts and home, because it was the same price as shipping everything, and they got it, faster. So that's the one time when I did that. All right.
Yes, we are live. It's not February 26th. Yes, we are live.
We're going to change that date as soon as we go. We can't change it during the live show. We will change it afterwards so people don't get confused.
It's funny. It's like, is this live right now?
Yeah, it is March 12th. Everybody, it is March 12th. Cheers. Pomegranate Margarita. And I want to toast to my grandfather. That would have been his 105th birthday today. So happy birthday, Avion. In heaven. He's not alive. Okay, now my pomegranate seeds are stuck in my straw. That's a problem. Yeah. All right. So let's talk a little bit about the retreat boxes. They have all left the building, except we have a few that haven't been picked up. Those of you that are picking up. Of course, if you haven't gotten them yet, make sure to follow the rules. Do not share. Don't take photos or post photos or anything. I want everybody to be surprised when they open their box, and it's not fair to those that haven't gotten theirs yet. So they will hopefully all arrive early next week. And we're actually doing for all the retreaters, if they want to kind of test their devices, if you're going to, be on the retreat on a laptop, desktop, computer, iPad, or any kind of tablet. We are doing a little Zoom session tomorrow morning, Saturday morning at 11 p.m. Central Time.
11 p.m.
A.M. Sorry. Tomorrow morning, 11 a.m.
11 p.m.
Central Time. Sorry. 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. So it's nothing of, if you can't make it, don't worry. I'm not going to say anything that matters. It's really just a way for you to test how everything works, if everything's working, so that, once we're ready to do this, it's going to be a breeze and you don't have to deal with any tech issues. And it's a way for you to test, do I want to use my tablet or do I want to use a real computer? So that's all that is purpose for. All right. Any questions on anything? It's
super jealous. People are super jealous.
Oh, it's Betsy's dad's birthday. He would have been 101 as well. That's awesome. Okay, great. Oh, Peggy says she's going to wait until the first day of retreat to open the box. Ooh, wow, that's waiting. That's some serious discipline, I would say. I would be like opening it up the first day. So that's really fun.
Some people got their box.
Okay, lots of people got their box. I know.
It's wonderful.
Shipping is good. Shipping is good. Most of them went out FedEx. Some went USPS, but all priority mail.
Someone's granddaughter turned 7 today. Karen's granddaughter.
Oh, happy birthday, Karen's granddaughter. I have lots of stuff to show you. It is we put on the sign on GA Designs on Tuesday, March Madness, because we know we're getting so much fabric in this month, and it literally is March Madness. We have been focused on getting all the retreat boxes out the early part of this week, so we have had fabric just come in and pile up, so there's going to be overload today, Tuesday, and the coming weeks, which is just, to me, it's Christmas, because I love it. And I can't wait to show you some of these. So I'm going to start with, and these are all that I'm showing you today are all very springy. We're getting flowers. It's kind of exciting this time of year to see these colors and these prints come in. So this first one is called Wildflower. It is a gorgeous, classic, very beautiful watercolor floral line. And this is a 13 piece just because I had a hard time kind of picking and choosing the prints. But so we have gorgeous florals in 2 scales, and then there's a 1 basic print that kind of matches. So I kind of included a lot of colors in this, and then always that geometric print to go with it. So then we have the big floral in this kind of burgundy brownish tone, but they all go together. When you're working with like big florals, sometimes you can just put them all together and it's just beautiful just like that. So here's the tone, and I love that the geometric has the darker and the lighter, because then we have the lighter tones of the smaller floral, and then the geometric, and then we have the green, the olive green. Really love this. It's just beautiful artwork, don't you think? Yeah. So the designer is Kelly Ventura for Wyndham, and here we have the geometric, and then we have the blue, kind of a dusty denim blue background, and the print has the light blue and the dark blue because we have some of the dark blue in the smaller floral. And then we have a green that kind of ties with all the leaves everywhere, and then the basic, the neutral color of the geometric. Another thing we do have for this line is I have 2 prints that I chose, the light background prints, because I liked that the prints in the bundle have color, and then these are available in 3 yards and 1 yard, just because I think they make just gorgeous backings. So we have the one with the blues, and then the one with the reds or the burgundies and pinks. Aren't they gorgeous? So and the reason I chose these also for 3 yards is that if you are looking for a backing for a quilt, this would work with so many other fabric lines, not just this one. And they're just so classic and beautiful that I think they're gonna probably go fast. Yes, the geometric is part of the line, but let me show you. I had fun pulling in some more colors because obviously it's a lot of florals, and so the bundle itself, of course, you could use it all together, but if you wanted to break it down, because I think these prints would be gorgeous as like borders for runners and things like that, so you can always pull in more neutrals, pull in from all the colors that are in the florals, and kind of play with it that way. And so I started with the greens, and of course the greens tie in everywhere. So I started with this beautiful olive, and this new Bumbleberries was perfect. So this is the Bumbleberries Fresh Olive. The number is 232. And we take a picture and we'll add this to our fabric pull blog post. And then we have a little bit brighter, still pulling all those kind of a little bit of yellow in it. It's the Canvas Bumblebee. It's the color number 52. Canvas Bumblebee. Then if you wanted to kind of get more of these pinks and reds, this one is a perfect edition, the Grunge Mango, because it has some texture, both of the lighter and the darker tones. And if you wanted more of the purplish tones over here, the lavender with that darker purple, I just love this one, the Dash Flow Lavender, because it has the lighter and the darker in here. So that works really well.
Do you have 1 yard cuts?
I don't have these in 1 yard cuts. They're only in the bundle. And then we have the blues. So I started with like a light blue. So the light blue, this Harbor, Grunge Harbor, is awesome. It's perfect tone with this. And then I wanted a medium. So the Dash Flow Cobalt does both have the darker tones and the lighter tones in it. And then it kind of shows up a little dark there. But then the Grunge Nocturne is kind of the darkest one. So we'll have the darkest navy tones from here, and then the light parts. Sorry.
What's the name of the bundle?
Wildflower. Wildflower. So look how pretty this is. It's just so gorgeous with these. So these are available both in 3 yards and also in 1 yard. So if you just wanted a 1 yard for, backing for a runner or something, that works too. And then I was asked what kind of background, if you wanted to use the florals with maybe a background, this would be beautiful as, like a Kira or anything like that is blocks with a background, or, so many other quilts too. So I went and looked for something that would harmonize really well, and this one I love with it just because of the style. This is the Sunprint Crochet in the light, because kind of the crochet really matches the style of this, and it's a beautiful cream off-white color. And then the other one would be the Floral Elements Winter Wheat, because it has a little bit of that limey yellow in here, which matches this really nicely. So the Winter Wheat, Floral Elements, or the Sunprint Crochet Light was my choice for if I wanted to do a background with it.
You have an amazing eye for that.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Well, this is my favorite thing to do, as I've said so many times. And I get emails from you guys, and somebody had asked me, if you wanted to buy the coordinating 1 yards and put it all together, obviously you'll have a lot more of this fabric than you would of this. And so here's the whole philosophy behind this, is that you, of course, if you were to get some 1 yards to go with a bundle, you don't want to cut the whole 1 yard up to go with a bundle. You cut a little bit. These are meant to become a part of your stash, a part of your 1 yards. Or a part of your collection, I was going to say. And because all of our 1 yards are basics that can be pulled in, and you will notice that I will maybe pull this in with this bundle, and then I'll pull the same color in, same fabric in with a totally different bundle. And that's kind of how I think, and this is how my stash works. So I will start, I have all these collections of these great basics that I can pull in to use with multiple different things. So that's kind of the idea behind it. Don't think that you have to use like the whole thing with a bundle. You put it back on your shelf, and that's what a collection is for, or stash, aka collection, because we want it to be there to use when we need it or want, right? Does that make sense?
Awesome.
So gorgeous Wildflower. Speaking of flowers, we're going to go to the next one, which is a line called Anne of Green Gables. Have you read that one? Anne of Green Gables? I have to admit I have not, which is rare because I read a lot. So this is a licensed line, so it's really, and I chose it just the purples and greens. The very classic color combination. So this is the main print. We have beautiful birds, some butterflies, and gorgeous florals. So this is the purple, the deep purple. And then we have a smaller floral. And we have the smallest floral in a tone on tone. And then we have some, like, I love that there's a hue difference in the purple, so not just one tone. So we go a little bit lighter into the lavender here. And here's the other large main print on the lavender background. So, and then we have the greens, a nice deep kind of an olivey forest green, in between an olive and forest green, I would say. And love this print, a nice tone on tone. The small floral, and I love this one too. This one's super cute. And then I have to show you this one. So this is a typography print with actual chapters from the book. So, yeah, I haven't watched it, but yeah, they have. It's a show, and I think that's probably why they did this line, is because of the show. So this is Anne of Green Gables, and I did, since it's very controlled and just really purple and green, it's a perfect one to pull in a background or an accent color. And if you wanted to add some greens, I pull greens or purples. I pulled a couple. We have Floral Elements Mulberry. It has both the lighter tones and the darker tones. Same with the Ripe Plum, the Nature Elements Ripe Plum. It has some of the lighter, kind of more of the lavender, the dark in the background. And then this is kind of a taupe, but it kind of connects with all the branches of the flowers. And then with greens, I went with Dashful Sage for kind of the lighter hues. And then a Grunge Juniper. It's the perfect harmony with all of the other tones of green.
That's really my favorite combination.
Is it really?
Yes.
That kind of surprises me. Well, purple doesn't surprise me.
Green.
Purple and green. But do you want all these florals in your quilt? Maybe not? No. But we can go more like these and stuff. Okay. Yeah. All right. Now you're giving me some ideas. Yeah. Okay. Good.
Someone else says their
favorite. Yeah. It's a very classic combination. It just makes a really beautiful quilt.
Is, what pattern would you wear?
Oh, of course. So, but you know, same. I'm going to say the same thing. That all of, oh, hi, Kobe. He's Kobe saying hi to everybody. All of these bundles will work with so many of my patterns. So whether you want to work on patterns with 10-inch squares or strips or fat quarters.
Sorry, I forgot to switch the camera.
He was trying.
I was concerned about Kobe. What is he parking?
Anyways, so anything that when I put together a bundle and there's not maybe a light or dark version, that is a perfect way to bring in a background. And I encourage everybody to watch the show where I did the Matchmaker series. So I kind of group my patterns into scrappy goodness, scrappy with focus, so that means it can be scrappy with one focus, scrappy with contrast, so then you have a contrast either between a light and a dark, or like a purple and a green. You can make a quilt with a purple and a green, like Akira, that you just pair up, so you can have that contrast. Or then I have the fourth grouping was scrappy with background. So then you could choose a background. You could use this bundle for any of those patterns as well. You can just bring in a light background for and still use it. So I can't really say 1 or 2 or 3 patterns work with this. 50 patterns will work with this. It's just a matter of what else you bring in, or you know, really what kind of patterns do you want to make. Some I will always say, if there's a pattern that's, or a fabric line that's very directional or has larger pieces that you really want to show off, I will recommend that. But these types, both of them that I've showed now, they would work for so many gorgeous patterns. So that's just the way it is. And I don't want to limit your brains by naming 2, 3, 4 patterns. So I'm trying to train you to have an open mind and just figure out what pattern you want to make, and then you'll be able to pull in the colors that you want it to look like. Does that make sense? Makes sense. All right. Okay, let's move on. We got more to show you. Now this one is called Gingham Garden. So we're still florals, another Riley Blake line. And this one we have had their previous lines. It is by My Mind's Eye. I really like the way they do fabric. So a nice floral on a kind of a charcoaly, it's not black, it's like a charcoal with a brown undertone. So it's a warm charcoal, I would say. So that is, and then all the colors in here. This is one of the kind of the neutral prints. So I like that it's just the charcoal and the light. And then we have a gingham bias. Look at this. I'm trying to get more of this to include in our 1 yards, but I haven't been gotten a confirmation on that yet. So we have this one in the bundle, and then we have this blue color that is kind of repeated in the main print. Blue color with a smaller floral and a typography print. My mind's eye usually puts a typography print in there, and this one just says, "There will be flowers. Love grows every day. You are my home, darling. What a wonderful world. Together is my favorite place to be." Oh, that's just wonderful, isn't it? We've been together a lot this past year. And then this a tone on tone, and the neutral floral in the light blue, and then we have this lovely honey, like a light honey color. So not really yellow, but it's kind of honey gold, and got 2 prints in that color, and then this really nice light green. We have the gingham, kind of bias. It's not really a buffalo plaid. It's more reminds me of gingham more, because it's called Gingham Gardens. And then the typography print in the light background. So I was playing with this one, and I did find some 1 yards that would work really well. So we have a lot of colors in here. So first I'm going to show you if you wanted to pull in more of some of the colors. So if you wanted a little more balance to bring in some more golds, I found these 2 that would work well. We have the Jack's Beeswax. Yes, it's a little bit more yellow, but you look at the little Jacks are a lighter color of that yellow. So it pops it a little bit, but still will work very well. And then this new Bumbleberries color is more subtle, melds with it better, works really well with the gold in here. It's the Bumbleberries Light Honey. And then as far as if you wanted a little more green or blue, we have the Jack's Lime that works well, nice and soft with these greens. And then the Moonscape Lagoon. I really like that one. It also has white in it, just like these other 2 prints, and it's like a perfect match, which is always such a beautiful thing to me because these are not made by the same fabric company. So I love being able to make these kinds of matches. And then if you wanted a little more of this charcoal brown, I think the Circle Burst charcoal would be a great one. It has a lot of variety in the print, and so lights and darks. And then the Canvas Ebony. So it is almost black, but it has that kind of brownish hue, so a warm hue to it, if you wanted to add a little more dark. And then if you wanted to, what if you wanted to make a pattern that is like a scrappy with contrast? So find a color that would contrast with everything. You could use this, for example, Clarissa or Hope, or Amelie, for example. What would be my accent color? And I think for sure I would pull out the pink. So you could, if you wanted a more pink, this Raspberry Tart, the Nature Elements Raspberry Tart is awesome. Or I love this one as well, the Jack's Tiger Lily, a little bit more orangey tone to it. So it's kind of warmer, and so either one of those would be awesome as the accent. So then I was just playing in the warehouse. So these would all work well if you wanted to add some 1 yards. And you know how I love to find maybe another bundle that would work together with this? And I found this one that I showed not too long ago from Moda, Springbrook. Look at this. We have the greens and the yellows. We have quite a bit of taupe in here, which, you know, works with all of the kind of taupes that are in these colors. And then we have the charcoal, or which is a little bit lighter than this, but that's perfect because it gives it a lighter, you know, more variety in the hue. So if you happen to have this one, I would have so much fun mixing these. And we do have some 1-yards that go with this line. 1-yards, and actually this print, the Springboard Slate, is in 3-yards as well. And look, that could be a border fabric for this line easily. It would work beautifully. And then this diagonal stripe, if you needed a stripe, it would work beautifully with this line. I love to find surprises like this. And it's just fun how they would pair really well together. The green is just a little bit brighter in this, but that's perfect because you want the hue difference. Awesome?
Beautiful.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, I love it.
Awesome.
I had fun. I had fun in the 1-yard section today, as I do every day. And
Let's just put here.
will the light typography be available in 1-yard? No, you know what? I ordered this so long ago that I'm gonna check. I'm checking on the Gingham's diagonal, so I'll check on that one too. Because yeah, I know I for myself, I love typography prints.
Kobe says hello.
Oh, Kobe's here. No barking. I want to show you. I got just parts of a fabric line. Whenever I see a fabric line that has really great basics that I can add into my 1-yards, sometimes the line itself is nothing exciting. And this one was basically just a panel and then some basics. But the basics were awesome. So these are new as 1-yards in our store. They had 2 diagonal stripes, an ivory and a chalkboard. So really great basic colors. This line is called Life's Recipe. So it was really basically just a panel and then basic. So these are awesome. And then 3 textures. So we have a ivory, a gray, and then a chalkboard it's called. So it's almost black, kind of charcoal with specks of brown, grayish brown. This one is much more taupe than gray because it has a lot of brown in it. And this is a beautiful ivory with gray specks in it. And so a little bit of distress in it, in all of them. So really beautiful, and it could work with so many different things. All right, so I have one more bundle. Another floral, another beautiful floral from Riley Blake. It is called Ava Kate. And look at this, very classic color combination. We have black and we have light blue and then reddish pink. So very warm. And this is by Karina Gardner. It's very much her look. So if you've seen some of her lines before, very classic Karina Gardner, but it's so perfect for this time of year. Oh, I love it. So nice black, nice contrast. And here we have that print, and the main print in the blue background. And I love that she incorporated a little bit of the gray and charcoal in here. Of course, the centers of the flowers are that too. And this beautiful paisley print. Kind of these paisley looking flowers. Really like that one. And the stems one, and this little small floral is really darling. And then we have the red ones, or it's got a lot of pink undertones, but very warm though. So a little bit of orange in here, but because it's that warm, we have the small floral, and then the lightest one is a pink background with the stems. So this is Ava Kate. Love these. And this one, since it's so well balanced, I really didn't think pulling anything in, although we could pull in a lot of the same, look at this, we could put in a lot of the same things. The circle bush charcoal, if you wanted something a little bit more quiet. The tiger lily, the Jack's tiger lily is a perfect match over here. The Moonscape Lagoon is a perfect match over here, which is just kind of funny that these are here. But this is kind of proves my point on you can use them for so many things, our 1-yards. But I was asked, like, what if you wanted just to choose a background to work with this and make, you know, a Nova or a Kira, anything, maybe a Lexi, anything with a background, Lucy, for example. here's my choices for a background. So I went kind of with those warmer tones of lights in here. If you wanted a textured background, the Peppered Cotton Oyster is a great match because it is not too creamy. It has just that off-white tone to it. And then the Canvas French Vanilla, kind of the same thing with just a little bit of creamy specks in it. And then if you wanted something a little bit different, that Deco Stitch Cloud, I love that because it has that light blue in there that matches this. And then this is a little bit more pinkish tone to it that would work really well with these. So all three would be beautiful for this line. And I think, Stack and Whack. You know what? I haven't done Stack and Whack. It probably would, although it's a little bit tight. So I think for Stack and Whack, it's better to have a little bit looser print. And you will need a lot of yardage for Stack and Whack. That's one thing I do know because there's quite a lot of waste once you start cutting it out.
I like that name, Stack and Whack.
Stack and Whack. Well, I'm not going to be making you a Stack and Whack quilt, just so you know.
Okay.
All right, that is all of our bundles today. That was a lot, I think. A lot of florals. Don't worry, we have other stuff that's not florals already in the store, so I'll show you a lot more other stuff on Tuesday.
So talk about what you got behind you.
Oh yeah, let's do that. So on the cabinet over here is one of our runners from the first season of Fast and Furious Club called Tail Feather. I just love the colors, fresh and green. You know, spring is kind of starting to be in the air a little bit, although we kind of know over here that we're probably going to get another snowstorm or 2 or 3, but you know, it feels like spring is in the air. Right in the corner is Roxanne. That's a 10-inch square pattern. Just love the colors. And you know what? I decided to pull it up because this is made from a line by Zen Chic from Moda, and we have her newest line on pre-order. It's a Dance in Paris, and this is A Day in Paris. So the previous one, very similar feel, and the colors that are in the bundle are very similar to this. So if you wanted to kind of see what kind of feel a quilt would be from that line, that one is it. And then we have on the wall, I have Stripped Down. Now this quilt is, of course, you won't see this one on the pattern cover because this is one that I made during our strip along. This was probably 3 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago. 4. It was probably one of our first strip alongs. And so strip along, what is that? It's really just a quilt along using 2.5-inch strips. So what I do is every year we do a strip along. So I take a pattern that's an older pattern, we stripologize it, I maybe give you some different options on construction and color. Excuse me, I'm gonna have to take a sip of my margarita.
That's it. What is Stack and Whack?
Google it. I'm not gonna be demoing that. Oh, that's funny. Anyways, speaking of strip-alongs, so I always, when I make the quilt alongside you, as I do in all of the sew-alongs or quilt-alongs, I try and I use only my bins of strips, so I am not allowed to cut any fabric. I have to use what I have, but you can, of course, do whatever you want. But I always try and do a completely different colorway than was on the original pattern cover, so that's what's fun for me.
What book is Stripped Down in?
Stripped Down is a single pattern. So so that was one of ours. We've done Strip Maze, we've done Strip in the Box, and then last year we did Strip to Shore. Remember that? So, just so you know, this coming Tuesday, Tipsy Tuesday. Okay, you're getting him on a roll now. This coming Tuesday, Tipsy Tuesday, we will be announcing our 2021 strip along. I'll be announcing what pattern, I'll be giving you the dates, and then when, so you can kind of start looking for it. Another thing I always do, because they're always a single pattern, I put it on a deep discount for all of you to be able to participate. So make sure you check in with us next Tipsy Tuesday and you get all the details on when to get ready for this and when to be ready. All right. That is March 16th. March 16th. It's St. Patrick's Day week. So everybody has to wear green for Tipsy Tuesday next week, okay? Do you have anything green?
No, maybe a dollar bill I can.
You're going to wear that? Okay.
I do have some green, actually.
I think you do. I think you have all the colors of the rainbow. Okay, so that is pretty much it. Do we have any questions on any of that stuff?
No, just
everybody loves... Why does it make you giggle? The stack and whack. Oh my gosh, he's losing it over there.
It's a good cocktail today.
He's losing it. Anyways, we're of course going to be watching on Sunday for the Grammys. Yes, Mr. Honey Producer is nominated for a Grammy.
No one's going to the Grammys. Everything is virtual.
Everything is virtual, so we'll be Grammy partying all day because isn't yours category going to be announced like during the day?
Yeah, early on.
Early on. It's not during the show. So we won't be walking the red carpet or anything. Maybe we should make one here at home.
Yeah. Get all dressed up.
Get all dressed up. Well, during the Golden Globes, they were just wearing like sweatshirts and pajamas. But we don't. That's what we wear all day long. So maybe we should get dressed up. All right. Well, that was actually a year ago when we went in California. That's when the Grammys were in January, though. This year was pushed. It was probably the last time we really got dressed up, isn't it?
It was last.
We went to the Grammy after show. Last year. Yeah, I bought a dress and everything. We didn't know then that would be probably the last dressing up of the year.
Exactly.
Oh, wow. All right, well, that is all. Do we have a live winner? Oh, a live winner. Almost forgot. Live winner. All right, Sherry Seitz. Congrats, Sherry. You have won a $25 gift card. Make sure you send us a quick email, help@gequiltdesigns.com, or a message on Facebook, and we will make sure you get that $25 gift card to go shopping ASAP. Our next Happy Friday show will be in 1 week, which is March 19th. And 3 p.m. Central Time. And then next Tipsy Tuesday, make sure you check in. We're going to talk about our next strip along. And so make sure you come and join us and see what that's going to be all about. But that is it for us. Cheers, everybody. Check in with us. We'll let you know. We'll keep your fingers crossed for a Grammy. We'll see.
We'll see.
You don't look that excited about this.
I've been there already.
Okay. Sorry. If you win, you win. You've never won before, though, right?
No.
Okay. Let's hope. It's the first for everything. Well, that's it for us. Happy weekend, everybody. I hope you have a great one, and I'll see you next week.